Hi, all my students of Standard 9 ICSE. So, let's continue with our Julius Caesar series, with our Julius Caesar text for Act 2, Scene 1. We stopped at the last module at the entry of Portia, right? Lucius was sleeping, and Brutus said that you continue sleeping, you take your rest. Time and again we'll be seeing this thing that Brutus has a very soft corner for Lucius, probably because Lucius was very obedient to his master. So we find that Brutus is also very tender towards him. Now he's letting Lucius continue to sleep. If you remember, in the last lecture we had done that the conspirators have just gone and the clock has just struck 3. Okay, so it's a little after 3 a.m. and enter Portia. So Portia, Brutus, my lord. Brutus, Portia, what mean you? Wherefore rise you now? It is not for your health thus to commit your weak condition to the raw cold morning. So Brutus is he's actually shocked that Portia has come out around a little after 3 o'clock in the morning looking for Brutus, and he's almost showing a lot of concern, and he's almost scolding her by saying, Portia, why are you out? You're not supposed to be out in this cold, damp morning, especially when your health is not so good. What is the reason for you to be out in the cold, damp morning? Portia, nor for yours neither. You have ungently, Brutus, stole from my bed. So Portia is saying, it is not for your health also, it is not good for you also, Brutus. And then she puts in her first complaint. So what is the first complaint she makes? That you have ungently, means something which was not very chivalrous of you. You just stole away from my bed. And yesterday night, means last night when we were having supper, you suddenly got up, you suddenly arose and walked about, musing and sighing with your arms across. So she's saying that you suddenly got up from the dinner table while we were having dinner, and you began to walk up and down with your arms across, giving deep, deep sighs. Okay, and when I asked you what the matter was, you stared upon me with ungentle looks. Ungentle looks means with angry looks. You looked at me very angrily, as if you were angry because I asked you a question. However, I urged you further. Then you scratched your head. So she's saying, when I insisted that I want to know the reason, what is wrong with you, you scratched your head and too impatiently stamped with your foot. So you stamped your foot as if you didn't want to answer me. And then I insisted, yet you answered me not. And with an angry wafture of your hand means an angry motion, as if just go away from here, gave sign for me to leave. So I did. So Portia is saying, when you gave me that angry motion that just leave, I went away, because she is a very dutiful wife. So she is saying that in my duty as a wife, the minute you gave me a sign that I should leave and go away, I went away. So I did, fearing to strengthen that impatience which seemed too much enkindled. So she's saying that I was just scared that you were already very impatient, you were already so irritated, and I didn't want to irritate you anymore. And withal, hoping it was but an effect of humor. Effect of humor means a temperament, that she was hoping it was a temperamental effect on him, which sometime hath his hour with every man. So every man at some time gets temperamental. So I just thought that maybe you're temperamental at the moment, you're not in a good mood, so I just let it be. It will not let you eat, nor talk, nor sleep, and it could work so much upon your shape, as it had much prevailed on your condition, I should not know you, Brutus. What is the meaning of this line? That Portia is telling Brutus that this bad mood of yours has changed had this bad mood been capable of changing your appearance, it would have changed your appearance so much that I would not have recognized Brutus. But the only thing is that it has changed your mind and not your physical appearance. Otherwise, I wouldn't have recognized you. Dear my lord, Make me acquainted with your cause of grief. So let me know, what is your cause of grief? What is troubling you so much? Brutus, I am not well in health, and that is all. So Brutus gives one simple, after Portia makes such a long speech, Brutus gives only one sentence reply, and he says, I am not well, and that is all. Portia, Brutus is wise, and were he not in health, he would embrace the means to come by it. So Portia is making the first statement that Brutus is a very wise person. He is very sensible. And had he not been in good health, he would have embraced the means he would have tried to overcome that bad health. He would have tried to overcome his bad health. So Brutus is saying, so why? I do. Good Portia, go to bed. He's saying, yes, I know I have to take my health seriously. I'm doing it. Please go to bed. So Portia, is Brutus sick? And is it physical to walk unbraced and suck up the humours of the dank morning? So she's asking, that is Brutus sick? Is Brutus's health not good? And is it correct for him to get up early in the morning and roam about when the air is so cold? The morning air is cold and damp, and it has not been purged, means it has not been cleaned by the warmth of the sun. See, that is what she's saying. What, is Brutus sick? And will he steal out of his wholesome bed to dare the wild contagion of the night, and tempt the roomy and unpurged air to add unto his sickness? Means, is Brutus so stupid? You are telling me that you are embracing the means of overcoming your ill health. You would not be roaming around like this to soak in the damp air, the moist air, and that which has not been warmed by the sun. You have some sick offense within your mind. So she's saying that you have some sorrow which is in your mind and not your physical health, which by the right and virtue of my place I ought to know of. So she's saying, by the right and virtue of my place. Virtue of my place means, she's saying, I'm your wife and I have every right to know what is troubling you in your mind. And upon my knees, she bends down on her knees and she says, upon my knees, she kneels, I charm you by my once commended beauty. So she's saying, I am begging of you, I am praying of you by my once commended beauty. Means, once upon a time I was known to be very beautiful. So by that beauty and by all the vows of love and the great vow. Now what is the great vow? The vow of marriage. And the great vow which did incorporate to make us one, that you unfold to me yourself, your half. Why you are so heavy? Means, why are you so solemn? Why are you so serious? What are you so troubled with? Why are you so heavy? And what men tonight have had resort to you? So she has actually seen those people. She has seen the hooded men who had come. Remember the conspirators had come to meet Brutus, and they had conspired everything and all. So she has seen them from her room. And so she is saying that who I have had resort to you, for here have been some 6 or 7 who did hide their faces even from darkness. So, kneel not, gentle Portia. Portia, I should not need if you were gentle, Brutus. So now Portia has seen those 6 or 7 people who are hiding their faces even from darkness, and she wants to know that who are these people who were so scared even of darkness, that they were doing something so evil or something so wrong that they could not show their faces even in the night. Okay, so if you were gentle, Brutus, within the bond of marriage, tell me, Brutus, is it accepted I should know no secrets that appertain to you? So she's saying, within the bond of marriage, the fact that I have married you, let me know that. Should I not know your secrets? Am I yourself but as it were a sort or a limitation? Means, am I just your wife for a limited period of time, to keep with you at your meals, to comfort your bed, and to talk to you sometimes? So she's saying, is this the only job that I have? To sit with you and have food, to comfort your bed, and to talk to you sometimes. Dwell I but in the suburbs. Now suburbs over here, see the meaning given to you. It is the outskirts, okay, like we say suburbs. Okay, so same way suburbs are the outskirts of a particular city. But in the Elizabethan London, brothels were situated in the suburbs. So she's saying that dwell I but in the suburbs. So she's saying if that is the case, if you think me that I have such a limited purpose in your life, then I am but your harlot of your good pleasure. If it be no more, Portia is Brutus's harlot and not his wife. Harlot is mistress. Mistress, Brutus, you are my true and honorable wife, as dear to me as are the ruddy drops that visit my sad heart. Now, see the words he is using over here. Ruddy drops is the red drops which flow in your heart. But he is saying, visit my sad heart. Now, why has Shakespeare used the word sad over here in Brutus's mouth? Because Brutus is very sad that they have planned to assassinate Caesar. Please remember, children, that Brutus was very close to Caesar, and Caesar used to love Brutus a lot. So he is actually very sad, but he thinks he is doing it for the good of Rome. Portia, if this were true, then should I know the secret? So she's saying, if it is true that I am really very dear to you as the red drops of your blood, then I must know what secret is it that is troubling you. I grant I am a woman, but withal, a woman that Lord Brutus took a wife. So she's saying, I grant I am a woman. So in those times, they used to believe that women and men were not equal in everything. They were unequal in certain things, okay? So here, they didn't believe in women's lib in all places. So, she's saying, I grant I am a woman, but withal, a woman that Lord Brutus took to wife. I am a woman, I grant I am a woman, but withal, a woman well reputed, Cato's daughter. So she's saying, I am not some any woman. I am Cato's daughter. Now, who is Cato? See the explanation given to you. Read over there. Cato, Portia's father, who was known for his courage and high principles. He fought for Pompey in the civil war and killed himself rather than be captured by Caesar. If you remember, in the first scene we were talking that Caesar had come and he was celebrating his victory when he went for the feast of Lupercal. He was celebrating his victory over Pompey and Pompey's sons. Correct? So Cato was a person who had fought for Pompey during that civil war. Civil war means war between the Romans themselves. So Cato had fought for Pompey, and when Pompey was defeated, Cato killed himself, but he did not get captured by Caesar. Okay, he was that much of a strong republican. So a woman well reputed, Cato's daughter. Think you I am no stronger than my sex? Do you think I am not stronger than my sex? Women were supposed to be weak, being so fathered and so husbanded. Tell me your counsels, I will not disclose them. So tell me your plans, I will not disclose your plans to anybody. I have made strong proof of my constancy. So now she's giving one more reason why Brutus should tell her his plans, that I have given you a proof of my constancy, giving myself a voluntary wound here in the thigh. So she's saying that I have given myself a voluntary wound in my thigh. If I can bear that with patience, can I not bear my husband's secrets? So by giving myself a voluntary wound in the thigh, if I can bear that pain with patience, you think I will not be able to bear your secret? Brutus, O ye gods, render me worthy of this noble wife. So Brutus is now really very carried away with all that Portia has been saying, and he is literally praying to the gods that make me worthy of this noble wife. Knocking within. Hark, hark, one knocks. Portia, go in a while, and by thy bosom shall partake the secret of my heart. So he's saying that you just go in, somebody is knocking. I'll tell you everything as soon as I finish dealing with these people. All my engagements I will construe to thee. All the character of my sad bros. Leave me with haste. Exit Portia. So Portia goes away. Lucius, who's that knocks? Enter Lucius with Ligarius. Lucius, here is a sick man that would speak to you. Brutus, Caius Ligarius, that Metellus spoke of. Boy, stand aside. So he's telling Lucius to go on the side. And he's now talking to Caius Ligarius. Caius Ligarius, how? Means, how are you? Vouchsafe good morrow from a feeble tongue. So he's saying, may I say good morning or good morrow to you from a feeble tongue. Why feeble tongue? Because Caius was not well. He was sick, basically. Oh, what a time you have chose out, brave Caius, to wear a kerchief. Would you were not sick? Now see the explanation given to you. Wear a kerchief means he was wearing a scarf. So in those times, if you were sick, if you were ill, then you would wear a scarf around your neck so that the other people around would know that this person is not well, he is sick in health. That was a way of telling everybody. Okay? People would come to know. Ligarius, I am not sick. If Brutus have in hand any exploit worth the name of honor. He's saying, don't worry, Brutus. If there is something honorable that you want me to do, then my sickness does not matter. I will be absolutely fine. Such an exploit have I in hand, Ligarius. Had you a healthful ear to hear it? So Brutus is saying, yes, I have got such an exploit, something which is very noble. Are you healthy enough to listen to what I have to say? Ligarius, by all the gods that Romans bow before, I here discard my sickness. Soul of Rome, brave son, derived from the honorable loins. Loins means ancestors. So he is talking to Brutus. You remember Brutus's ancestor was the person who was in the first triumvirate and who had established the Republic of Rome. Okay, go back to module 1, you will get the full details over there. Brave son, derived from honorable loins, thou like an exorcist has conjured up my mortified spirit. Mortified spirit is my dead spirit. So he's saying that you are like an exorcist who has done some magic and you have awakened my dead spirit because I was so weak, I was so ill, I was so sick. But just by looking at you and just by talking to you, I have become lively again because you have a noble task in hand. Now bid me run, and I will strive with things impossible. Yea, get the better of them. What's to do? What do you want me to do? A piece of work that will make sick men whole. But are not some whole that we must make sick? So he's asking that isn't it true that there are some people who are very healthy whom we are trying to make unhealthy, whom we want to make sick? That must we also. What is it, my Caius? I shall unfold to thee as we are going, to whom it must be done. Set on your foot, and with a heart new fired, I follow you. New fired means renewed with enthusiasm. I follow you. To do I know not what, means he's saying, I don't know what you want me to do, but it sufficeth. Sufficeth means it is sufficient, it is enough. That Brutus leads me, means I don't know what I'm supposed to do, but the very fact that Brutus, who has such noble ancestors, he is the person who is leading me. I don't need to know what I have to do, I'll just follow you. Brutus, follow me then. Exuent thunder. And with that we come to an end of Act 2, Scene 1. Okay, so now Caius has also joined with the conspirators. Now before I complete this scene, I want you to mark a few things. The first thing I want you to mark is what when Portia was talking to Brutus, she talks about, she gives us a few examples of Brutus's behavior, which has made her suspicious that something is troubling him. So what the examples of Brutus's behavior which have made Portia think that something is troubling him. So what are these examples? The first one, you have ungently stole from my bed. That is the first example. Second one, you suddenly arose and walked about musing and sighing with your arms across. That is the second example. You stared upon me with ungentle looks. That is the third example. Then I insisted. Then you scratched your head. That is a fourth example. You scratched your head and impatiently stamped your foot. Again, she's saying, I insisted. And what is the fifth thing that he did? He made an angry motion of the hand. So she has given 5 examples to prove that Brutus has got something which is in his mind which is troubling him. So these are the examples that Portia has given of Brutus's behavior. Okay. And okay. Okay, then we can also take this as a question that what are the reasons that she gives to Brutus that Brutus is lying? How does she come to know that Brutus is lying? So what are the reasons that she gives? When Brutus says that I am taking all the means and measures to look after my health. So what are the reasons she gives to Brutus for proving to him that he is not taking care of his health? The first thing, he would embrace the means to come by it. Means if he was really unhealthy, he would do everything so that he would become healthy. Then the second thing she's saying is Brutus sick? And is it physical? Means it is healthy. Is it healthy to walk unbraced and suck up the humors? So that is the second example she gives of the cold dank morning. Third thing, will he steal out of his wholesome bed? If Brutus is not well, will he leave his bed and come out in the middle of the night? And fourth example, that will he tempt the unwarmed and unpurged air to spoil his health? So these are the examples that she is giving. And then what are the reasons that she gives why she should know what is troubling Brutus? What are the reasons that she is giving? The first reason that she gives is that I am your wife. I am Lord Brutus's wife. In spite of the fact that I am a woman, I am Lord Brutus's wife, who Lord Brutus took to wife. Then I am Cato's daughter. So that is another reason why I should know. Cato, like I've already explained to you. The third reason she gives is that she has given a voluntary wound to herself on the thigh to prove her constancy. So these are the 3 reasons she gives why Brutus has to share his problems with her. Okay. So this much is what is important from the time Portia has entered. This entire dialogue between Portia and Brutus I have discussed in detail with you, and we have come to an end of Act 2 Scene 1. And so I'll be seeing you again at my next module, and we'll continue with Act 2 Scene 2. Okay children, so till then keep learning, study well, read everything, understand it. If you don't understand, go back to the module so that you can reread and relearn. Okay, bye everyone, see you again in the next module.